Alright, let the camera stop shaking for a sec. And I'll start this in 3, 2, and 1. Alright. Hello everyone there. I'm posting a second video to my YouTube channel, I guess. I wanted to take a few minutes to thank everyone and give an update. I'm going to pretend like I'm a news anchor here on how things have been going for my American Cancer Society Team Determination campaign to help put an end to cancer and, as they like to say, just add more birthdays to the world. So I want to thank you all for taking a few minutes to spend with me as I give you a quick update. Okay, I have been training for the New York City Marathon for about the last, I guess, almost 4 months. It's been 3 months or so since I officially signed up. And the running's been going well. I've had a couple of injuries that people have been following. Nothing major, you know, common running ailments, some strain in the feet, a little bit of knee injury, but been having some great physical therapy at the Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. For anyone in the Chicagoland area that would like a recommendation, I went and had some great success with that. You can contact me for who I went to. I do live near the airport, so there's going to be a plane that's going to be going overhead in a second, but I thought it was a nice day outside. I figured I'd take this outside. I was going to say that the fundraising so far has actually been going pretty well. I started out doing very well. The minimum that you need to raise for the New York City Marathon is $3,400, but I wanted to do more than that. I thought the American Cancer Society is a very worthwhile charity, and ending cancer is a very worthwhile cause. And especially after my wife Brenda went through breast cancer in 2013 and successfully was treated for that. It's been well over a year, almost a year and a half now, and we had some really great resources available to us through the American Cancer Society. I knew they do a lot for a lot of people and a lot of types of cancer. They help promote awareness, they help with prevention, they are great assisting people that are being affected by cancer, and importantly, they are the largest private donor to cancer research, so that one day cancer will be a thing of the past. And I think these 4 things together made it the easy choice for me when I decided that I wanted to do something to give back, to try to help end cancer. I was going to run the New York City Marathon, and I was going to do it for the American Cancer Society. But I did need your help to raise at least the $3,400, and I wanted to do more. I thought that I could raise at least $6,000. For the first 13 weeks, fundraising was going well. For the first month or so, I was well on pace. I was getting lots of good donations early on, and for people that follow my blog that I update weekly, the graph kind of looks something like this for the first 13 weeks. You can see there was a good start. This is the trend line, my goal being $6,000, and early on it looked like I was going to hit it well in advance of the marathon date. So I was feeling confident. I thought, this is great. My friends are coming around, my family, people that I know, acquaintances from work and from parts of my life, have decided to rally around me and to support me, and it was great. I was feeling tremendously good about how things were going. And you can see the graph, I'll zoom in a little bit more here, was going very well. But, you know, after a while, you kind of hit everybody, and it kind of started to level off. I was getting a few donations here and there, and they're all great, and they're all going to, you know, go towards a worthy cause, and I'm sure that they're going to make a big difference. But, you know, the trend line started to dip down, and it did look like I was going to hit the $3,400 minimum. It just didn't look like I was going to hit my goal of $6,000. But I'll admit I was getting kind of passive about the fundraising. I wasn't really putting the word out. It's kind of tough to fundraise, you know. It's something where you're constantly asking people for money. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. Some people, you know, support other charities that are easily as worthwhile. The ALS Ice Bucket Challenge took place within the last few weeks, and I'm sure a lot of people were donating to that, and that's a very worthwhile charity, and I encourage everyone to donate to that. I myself did, and you know, it started to get kind of flat, so I thought, you know, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do something. I'm going to try to, you know, have a challenge week and really let people know why I thought it was important to donate to the American Cancer Society, why I thought it was a good organization, and to and kind of give them some, you know, information on where that money was, you know, potentially going to go, at least how it was, you know, used for myself and for Brenda. And there were a lot of great programs that, you know, we did not need to take advantage of, luckily, because We had great family and friend support, but for people that don't have it, there are programs the American Cancer Society does for people that need places to stay while they're getting treatment, if they need rides to get to their treatment, if they have financial need. I believe they have financial resources available to them. I know Brenda got a wig from the American Cancer Society free of charge, and it was great. It really helped build her confidence, make her feel good, and she'd taken part of this Look Good, Feel Better program that you lose your hair, including your eyebrows and your eyelashes. I didn't really realize that was going to happen. I'm not sure if Brenda did either, but once it does, and just you start to look sick from the chemo, it can start to affect your personality and your outlook on life, and I think ultimately your health. So anything you can do to make yourself feel better about yourself is important. And so those two things were kind of the first two parts of my week challenge. I reached out to all the social media that I had through Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, and I'm on this running website called the Daily Mile. And I was spending a little extra money to promote my posts on Facebook, a few bucks a day, just to up it up into people's posts, just to remind them of what was going on. I sent a few personal emails, and I gotta say the response was amazing. I mean, take a look at this. Challenge week. That graph just shot all the way up. So now it looks like I might make that $6,000 goal, and I'm so close now that I really think I'm going to be able to exceed it, because I've still got a few ideas for how I might be able to raise a little bit more funds this time, because this may be the only time that I do this. I'm not sure how many marathons I've got left in me. I'm running my 4th marathon. It'll be my 3rd this year. It's tough. Marathon training's hard. I mean, inside the house there are 2 little kids that need a lot of time and attention, and I want to give it to them, and then there's my wife and the family stuff that we're doing, so it's hard. I mean, I can't say for sure if I'm going to run another marathon or not, and everyone that's donated, they've been so great, but I can't expect everyone to donate all the time, so I'm really pushing hard here for this one time. I really want this one time to be the time that I raise the most money I possibly can. And just to go back and recap, I'd raised $2,400 in the first 13 weeks of my marathon training. It's 22 weeks overall is what I'd set out. So in the first 2/3 or so, I raised a little bit more than 2/3 of the minimum. I'd gotten to $2,420 to be exact. But with the challenge week, thank you to everyone who donated in the past, and especially thank you to everyone who donated this past week. I raised a total of $3,120 as of at least right now. If somebody's out there posting right now, I'm sorry, I'll get you on the next update. But that made my grand total $5,540, and that's just amazing. It's spectacular. It makes me feel proud to wear this shirt, to know that I'm part of a team that's out there raising money. I know that as a team, there's several hundred of us running the New York City Marathon. We're raising, I think the last time I checked the total was $540,000. I think the goal is 1.2 million, and we're still on pace for that, as long as everybody hits the minimum, which they will do. You have to raise the minimum, and so that's great. That's a good chunk of change. I forget what the annual budget for the American Cancer Society is. I know it's much bigger than what we raise in New York, but I think New York's one of their bigger fundraisers. But that's just amazing to have that kind of outpouring of support. So I really appreciate it. I'm going to do everything I can to continue to stay healthy, to run the New York City Marathon as best I can, and to have a great time, and to try to share the experience with you all as best I can. I want to take a minute just to give some personal shout outs here. It'll be pretty much in the order of donation, but I thank you all on the ways that we connect, whether social media or email and whatnot. I've sent emails. I still have to send the emails out for the thanks this week. But I just wanted to one more time thank everyone here. I'm going to try to run through this as quick as I can. I know the minutes. It's already been 9 minutes or so on the video, so but I want to thank Ted K from my job with Jacobs. He was, I think, my first donation, just a guy that I just met, and I told him I was going to be running. He's like, I want to donate. And there's my cousins Barry and Cheryl in New York. Hope I get a chance to see you maybe at the marathon. That'd be awesome. My sister Jill and her husband Michael, thank you for your support. my cousin Erin and her husband Michael, who was a marathon runner. Thank you for your support. A friend of mine from bowling, Neil, a running friend of mine from the Daily Mile I mentioned, Paul, and Andrea, also a running friend. One of my best good friends here from Ultimate Frisbee from many, many years ago, Wes Yee, the West Man, and his wife Kim, another marathon runner. So good, thank you both. A former associate of mine, Mark Quayer, who's getting ready to run his very first Chicago Marathon, is going to do awesome. My cousin Luann and her husband David Smolin, or Eaton rather, I should say. Thank you both for your support. Some Ultimate Frisbee friends of mine and dancing friends of mine, Alexis and Jeff Leverins, thank you. Another running friend of mine, actually a few running friends of mine, Amy Sullivan and Kevin Mogid. I hope I said your last names right. Thank you both for your support. Another Ultimate Frisbee friend of mine, Matt Priest. You should go see Canasta if you live in the Chicagoland area. Check them out, Canasta. They're a great band. I'm sorry I haven't had a chance to see you guys recently. Some of my wife's cousins, Greg and Nicole Barron, thank you for your support. Another Ultimate Frisbee friend, Carl and Renee Woodward, both cancer survivors. You guys are awesome. Keep fighting. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate your support. My in-laws, Gail and Bruce Coram. My cousin on the West Coast, Larry Dushkus, who's been my swimming inspiration. I've been trying to swim a bunch lately for cross training, so you know he's probably the best swimmer in the family, so I'm just trying to keep up with him, and there's no way I can, but I'm still going to keep trying. Another Ultimate Frisbee friend, Matt Calvert, thank you for your support. Just had a third baby, so congratulations. Hope you're getting some sleep. Mike and Julie Mueller, some awesome people. Mike is one of the best athletes I've ever met in person. I mean, aside from somebody who's like a professional athlete, this guy is amazing. Just picked up marathon running like nobody's business. Boston Marathon qualifier, run Boston a couple times, and just the nicest guy in the world. And his wife Julie, they're great people. So thank you very much. My cousin Amy, congratulations, recently engaged. Good for you, and congratulations. My sister and brother-in-law, Julie and Bill Varga, thank you for your donations. Some good friends of ours, Jody and Jamie Harris. Or Laughlin, I should say now, I'm sorry, living out in the West Coast. Another endurance athlete friend of mine, somebody I met through my kids' daycare, Stephanie Schlegel and her husband Vern, so thank you for your support. Stephanie went and swam for cancer, so thank you for doing that, I appreciate that. Work associate of mine, John, or Gina Jackson, her husband John, thank you for your donation. Some Ultimate Frisbee friends from way back, like in the Westman time, Mike and Christy Braden, good to see you guys. It's been a while. I need to see you guys again soon, so hopefully that'll be quickly. My neighbor a couple doors down, who might even be even overhearing me as I record this, my neighbor Gail. My wife's boss Tom Kane, and one of her work associates, Allie, and I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. One of my good friends from running also, Clint Walsh. This guy is amazing. Had double knee replacements, run 100 miles. Did the AL Ice Bucket Challenge after I challenged him, and I challenged him to donate to my campaign too, and he did. So thank you very much, Clint. You are awesome. One of my cousins down in Florida, Melissa Brodsky, a good friend of mine. He is one of the best runners I know, also a guy named Patrick Brannigan, a fellow architect. I'm going to just put it out there. I think he is the best running architect like in the country, maybe even in the world. I challenge you to find me a faster architect that runs, so, you know, and he's a hell of an architect too, so. And then, this past week, the Challenge Week people. One of my friends, Jason Kedlevitz, who moved out to, I think you're in Colorado now, so I'm not sure. Another running friend, Erin, from the Daily Mile, who I just met. I was a random stranger last year. I was walking down the street. She was getting ready to go for a run. I said hello. We chatted for a second or two. I saw a common friend of ours posted that he met a friend for a run. I said, is this girl Erin by chance? And we hit it off from there. And from that, I made a lot of other friends through the Daily Mile, so thank you very much, Erin, for being so awesome. And she is running to try to cure blood cancers like leukemia and whatnot. She's getting ready to run, I think it's the San Francisco Marathon for that, so good luck and continue to be as awesome as you are. Some more friends from my kids' school, Kirsten and Tim. Thank you very much for your donation. Along with that, Jen and Aaron, thank you for your donation. A friend of mine that I used to work with moved out to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tim Bicknell, thank you so much for your donation. That was just out of the blue and so awesome. Really inspires me to go out there and keep running, so thank you. My best good friend there, Carrie, Heron's former euchre partner, former Ultimate Frisbee player, you know, just a great person. She just did an event, I think, this weekend for Bright Pink and cancer support, so, you know, good for her. And keep that up. Another work associate friend of mine, Matt Martin, Thank you for your support. A high school friend of mine, actually a few high school friends of mine, there's Frida and Joe Cedeno. So Frida Gustafson at the time, now Frida Meyer, and Joe and your wife Janice, thank you very much for your donations. Those were awesome. I really appreciate it. Good to see you guys as often as we've been trying to reconnect. Hopefully it'll be again soon. Another old swing dance friends of mine, Chad and Libby Hill, thank you for your donations. Marcy Matthews, a friend of mine that I mentioned earlier, Aaron, through the Daily Mile, that one day, that random happenstance. Marcy has been a great supporter. Thank you so much for your donation. And I'm looking forward to meeting you in real life at the New York City Marathon. I'm sure you're going to run the hell out of that race, and I hope I can just keep up with you. To my work associates over at Discoto Incorporated, to Fred and the gang, your group donation was awesome. I super appreciate it. You guys are great. I can't say enough for that one. And then last, certainly not least, Tom Hordwittle and his wife Kim Brown, who was the last donation to come in at the challenge week. And Kim is a she's a surgeon for oncology, so she is a surgeon that specializes in cancer. I believe gastrointestinal, so I think liver and pancreas is her specialty. So thank you not only for your donation, but for all the work that you put in. I'm sure it's very difficult, but you help so many people that I just want to say thank you to them. Thank you to everybody. For one, listening to this long ramble on, I appreciate it. I'm going to write all this stuff down too, so if you took the time to listen to this, I so appreciate that. And if you want to leave a comment at some point down below, let me know that you watched it, or what you'd like to see in the future. Maybe I'll see what I can do to post another one of these. And again, I'm so honored. I'm so proud. I feel so good about what I'm doing right now, and having you all with me along the journey. I really feel like we're a team, and together we're not done yet. That goal line, 6,000, that's not the end, right? I want to get to that point. I think we can get to that point, but that doesn't mean that's where we're going to stop. So if we can, we're going to try to push that up a little higher. So we'll see. So if you're watching this video and you haven't donated yet and you're thinking about it, please do. I think it would be a wonderful thing for you to do. And I can't say thank you enough times. I guess I'll just end with one more time. I'll say thank you very much. Looking forward to posting another video shortly, and hopefully I'll see some more donations coming in. But for everyone who has donated so far, thank you, thank you, thank you.